Today on the Yo Bros podcast, we share our thoughts 3 weeks after the fact on Captain America Civil War. Dustin shares his anxiety over the new PlayStation 4K, and I talk about what will probably be the best Batman movie of 2016.
So you know it was my birthday party yesterday?
No.
Well, it was. What'd you get me, Fo?
I got you gift cards that are coming in the mail.
You didn't get me.
Your birthday's not even here yet.
Whatever. Cody, what'd you get me?
Nothing.
Nothing. Thank you. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Yo Bros podcast, the podcast that brings three brothers to the table to talk about three topics in games, movies, and comics. My name's Dustin.
My name's Forrest Breeze Jenkins.
And I am the Cody Jenkins.
Yeah.
Awesome. So today we're going to speed things up. We're going to talk about our first topic today. So, Forrest, you've been doing quite the movie scene lately, haven't you?
Yeah, I think I have.
Awesome. And what movie did you recently see in theaters?
I recently saw Captain America Civil War in theaters.
That's interesting because in theaters, what was the last Marvel movie you saw?
Avengers.
Avengers 1, like, what was that, 2012?
2012, yes.
Jeez, Weezo. So, well, that's pretty cool, I guess. So let's get initial thoughts. Cody, what'd you think?
I thought it was a fun movie. I think everyone talks about the airplane or the airport scene, right?
Yeah.
On the tarmac, the fight scene there. I mean, I think that's what that movie is going to be known for. That and the appearance of the Marvel U Spider-Man, who was obviously the breakout hit of the movie. I think everyone can agree to, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he was a lot of fun. He was jokey. He was nerdy. So, I mean, he's kind of more representative of the Spider-Man that we all kind of remember from the books or recognize from the books.
Yeah, I agree. I liked it. Well, I want to jump right in and just say I liked it, but at the same time, at the end of it, I just think it was a movie that had no consequence. And maybe I'm completely wrong for future movies, but at the same time, it's just like I see it. I'm like, cool, Captain America and Iron Man didn't like each other. They slapped each other around, and there was one fun airport scene, and Baron Zemo was completely lame. He did not rob a glue flat factory or anything, and
You lied to us.
he lied. Cody
For
used
those
to...
of us who don't know, I used to lie to my brothers and tell them that the origin of Baron Zemo, because in the comics he wears a purple ski mask over his face, which he never takes off. And they were asking me, what's the story about that? And I would tell them, well, his original origin was he was robbing a glue factory, and the glue leaked out all over his head.
Oh, no.
And then we had the sock. Just he decided to put the sock on, and he could never take it off. So I think that's I don't know. That's a solid origin. What do you guys think? That's...
Well, the origin was fine, but him in the movie, like when he's like torturing that Nazi guy in the beginning.
glue mask was fine.
What's up?
The glue mask was fine.
Yeah, I thought that was a fun story. No, but as far as him in the movie, it's like, okay, he's torturing some like former Hydra guy. He has this bad plan, and he does nothing with it. He's just like, oh, the whole point of this is to make you guys not like each other.
I mean, didn't you think that when at the end of the movie, when Cap and Winter Soldier were going into that, abandoned like bunker, you thought that was a glue factory, right?
I did.
I sure did.
I thought he was gonna fight those four guys. No, definitely not. But even if he was cold, like it's cold up here, and like put it down. No, I don't know. He was definitely a weak villain, and I don't know. That's something I feel. Besides Captain America 2, Winter Soldier, I feel like all their villains are very formulaic. And this one, I don't know, was even weaker than the usual ones.
They never last. They always like die in the same movie, like or defeated in the same movie, and I don't like that.
I don't like that. But
I want the Dark Avengers or
It's
something.
unfortunate that Red Skull can't come back
Is he dead?
in the movies.
Yeah.
I think so.
he died. He was in the
died
plane
at
when it
the end
crashed.
he died at the end of Captain America: The First Avenger.
He probably fell into some icy water. He'll be back. He's in a big ice cube.
But then also the actor who played Red Skull,
Oh yeah.
Hugo Weaving, he said he wasn't interested in coming back to reprise the role.
Really?
Ever.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's mean.
Ever? Was it that bad?
I don't know.
I don't know
was
why he
fine.
was such a lame guy about it. He was like right before the movie was coming out, he started talking junk about the movie, and it's like it's always a good sign.
Yeah.
It's like the Fantastic Four director. Oh, by the way, this movie's so bad. Don't see it.
The biggest problem with Zemo in this movie is that I felt that he was unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, you had the Sokovia Accords, or the Registration Act, or whatever it is that they're arguing about, signing up for. Which in the books, I mean, that was enough. That was enough to put them in conflict with each other, and for the most part, that's what it was. But I can see why Marvel had a problem, because you even see it at the airport scene. They clearly don't want to fight each other, and they're clearly, pulling their punches, which basically means there's no stakes because they're not actually going to really hurt each other, right? And so you kind of needed something extra to make that last fight between Cap and Iron Man feel significant and feel like, oh, one of these guys could definitely hurt one another. The problem is I felt like that whole thing about, oh, he killed my mom, and Iron Man feeling like, and Iron Man seeing his parents' death off of like what seemed like 12 surveillance cameras outside of a crashed car in the middle of nowhere. It just didn't seem like it was necessary. It seemed like it was forced.
Yeah, it was forced for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really mind that. The surveillance camera thing was fun. I don't know. I do like how they alluded to it in Winter Soldier. Didn't they allude to it, that he might have killed him? Or was that only in this one?
In Winter Soldier, it was the scene where it was the Metal Gear cutscene.
Oh, yeah.
Where what's his
They're
name?
in the bunker.
Zola's saying, oh, targets were eliminated, and it just shows that, oh, Howard Stark was killed.
Got it. Yeah. So I don't know. I do like that because that's like one thing that would like bring it together. He's like, I don't care, you killed my mom type thing. I don't know. I thought that was fine.
At the end of the movie, though, it's like there really wasn't any division, any lasting impact. I mean, it seems like Iron Man and War Machine are, on their own squad now. But for the most part, the Avengers are still together and have like more members now with Spider-Man and Black Panther. So I don't see any lasting consequences.
It's just a split.
Like
there's everybody who was in the prison, right?
Yeah, but
Cap breaks them out, and they're with Cap. They're not with Iron Man anymore. So there was like 5 of them.
I know, but look who's on Iron Man's side. Who's even on his side anymore?
Vision.
War Machine.
Spider-Man.
Not
War
Spider-Man,
Machine.
no.
Spider-Man's going to be on his side.
Spider-Man's going to be on the other guy's
side. Yeah, he hooked them up.
He picked him up, but he wants to be on the Avengers.
No.
That is the Avengers.
Black Panther.
At the end, Captain America said to Iron Man, okay, the Avengers are yours. I'm going to have my own like little secret Avengers.
Secret Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be cool. You just said it yourself.
No, I don't know. I for as far as I know, the next movie, the major movie, is going to be Infinity Wars, right? I'm not counting.
Well, there's going to be
Ragnarok. I'm not counting. I'm talking about the next joint
the next
thing.
Avenger movie.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, there's questions on whether or not they're going to kind of blend Guardians of the Galaxy into the mainstream Marvel universe even more.
Yeah.
In Guardians 2.
When does that come out? Next summer?
Yeah, after Doctor Strange, Guardians 2 is the next Marvel movie after that.
Okay, so really quickly, it's going to go. Is Ragnarok coming out soon, or is that later?
I think Ragnarok is later next year.
Okay, so that's Thor 3, isn't? And then Magic Man, Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange is
that's
this November.
So November, and then Ragnarok, and then Guardians.
No, it's Doctor Strange, Guardians, then Ragnarok.
Got it. Okay. All right, and then there's no Cap, and there's no. Okay, so that's fun. All right, but on the positive things, I thought it was fun. I really, really liked it. So
Spidey.
What's that?
Spidey.
Oh, heck yeah, man. I saw Ant-Man, and people were saying how funny it was, and I don't know if there was too much hype, but I saw it. I feel like the funniest things they brought up were in the movie, or when the commercials, like with the train falling over and stuff. But he was hilarious. I think he acted more Paul Rudd than anything in this movie, and I really, really liked him. Just him like running on that little platform when he's really small, and it looks like he's running. He's going like an inch a second or whatever. And then when he gets large, and he just looks like he's having so much fun smashing stuff, and
he gets launched on the arrow. Yeah, it was great.
That was like one of those like classic, like when you see it, you're like, oh heck yes,
Yeah.
He's on Hawkeye's arrow.
Yeah,
That comes from like a famous Avengers cover.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know,
I was clueless.
It was iconic, that whole scene of him flying on the arrow, holding on. It's like the first time you see a fastball special in X-Men, which is Colossus throwing Wolverine into the air. It's one of like their like classic moves, and you see that in one of the X-Men movies, and people cheer.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of get the same moment with Ant-Man riding on the arrow.
Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really, really like that. That was fun.
I like how like he's so like in awe, and like clearly does like not fit in and knows he does not really fit in with these other heroes. He's like touching Captain America's pecs. He hands him his shield. He's like, "Here you go, Captain America."
Yeah. Thanks for just thinking about me, guys.
You can't trust a Stark. Who are you? Oh, come on.
Yeah, so I think him and Spider-Man were the best parts of that. But action's always good. If you've read the comic, I actually like how they got this whole Registration Act going. Where in the comic it was just like random people showing up, like kid superheroes that messed up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where here is actually, gosh, I was about to say Wonder Woman,
Lol.
Scarlet Witch,
Scarlet
excuse
Witch.
me, who was protecting Cap or whatever. Or she did her best and it blew up that part of the embassy or whatever it was where that guy was working.
It
That was
works
much
both
cooler.
ways. It works both ways because, I mean, someone who's been reading the Marvel comics knows who those characters are that messed up at the beginning of Civil War.
Yeah.
When you read it, you probably didn't know who they were, and so it was just like, who are these people and why should I care?
Mm-hmm.
But in the same way, it makes the point of, well, just anybody can't be running around as a superhero.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it still kind of hammered that point home using kind of the lesser known, C and D list Marvel superheroes
Mm-hmm.
in that first scene who clearly screwed up and got in over their heads and things like that. And so you kind of use that as an inciting incident. I think it works pretty well both ways.
So Crossbones, who was the guy who was trying to take the virus in the beginning of the movie, who got blown up. Some people I talked to said that he was wasted, but I don't feel like mainstream really knows who he is. Do you feel like he was wasted at all?
Well, Crossbones carries that reputation of he was the character that killed Captain America at
Yeah.
the end of Civil War.
So in the comic books, for people who don't know, Captain America dies.
Spoilers.
It comes back.
Like 10 years.
So no consequence.
10 year spoiler. Sorry,
we
guys.
didn't give spoiler warnings for this movie either. Oops.
Oops. Well,
George
spoiler.
Washington died.
George Washington died.
Spoiler.
The Union won.
Awesome.
And so I think there was that expectation. I think people were even expecting either Cap or Iron Man to die at the end of this movie.
I did. I thought Captain America was going to die.
Yeah. I didn't think he was.
I thought for
thought
the
Iron Man
movie
was
to
gonna die.
have impact, it's like what we talked about. This I don't feel like this movie had impact, and if he would have died, like it's like, oh no, War Machine might be paralyzed from the waist down. Oh wait, his friend's Tony Stark who can get him to walk. I swear, next time we see him, he's just gonna be like walking around like a robot legs.
Yeah.
He's gonna have like a Metal Gear.
The problem
attached
with
to
like
him.
one of those two main characters dying though is kind of, and I don't want to compare it too much to that other movie,
Batman versus Superman.
but like the whole thing about them shoehorning in the death of Superman at the end of that,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, it almost felt like lip service or fan service where they felt like they had to do that just
Yeah.
because it's like, oh, it's Doomsday, so clearly Superman has to die.
I feel
Which-
like this. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, all it does is there's going to be more movies after Batman versus Superman. There's going to be more Marvel movies after Civil War. And so all that does is take a cool, popular character off the board.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just feel disappointed if one of them died. I'd be like, oh. Unless they just do, an immediate 180 and bring them back at the beginning of the next movie. It's like,
Yes.
well, what was the point of that?
I don't mind death.
I don't like that. Okay, Forrest.
All men must die.
Oh, men must die. Oh.
We'll talk about that later.
Yes. So, yeah, overall, I did like it. I thought it was fun. Even though I feel like this movie didn't really have like a huge impact in the Marvel universe, it's still, I believe, like with the Batman versus Superman, this is like, I don't know, part 12 of the Marvel universe, where Batman versus Superman is just, it is what it is, and I don't have any weight towards it. It doesn't, there's no emotion attached to it.
Yeah.
So while it was Batman fighting Superman, it's just like, all right, why are these guys doing this? At least in this movie, you had a clear reasoning. You didn't want him to fight. It had some stakes. Whereas instead, he's like, oh, Martha, what? Your mom's name's Martha. My mom's name's Martha. Let's
That
be
wasn't
friends.
the point of that scene.
It
I
was
wish
the
people
point.
would know.
Okay, the
It's that
point
this alien
is
actually has a mother.
humanity. Yes,
Yeah.
and he has humanity, and it's like, wait, you
So
do
if
like
you
the
get
humans.
it, why harp on that? Oh, their names are Martha.
Because they are.
The only
Hey, man, facts are facts.
You're
the
a troll.
only reason that
Fact
you're
check,
using
bro.
that name was to make like Batman kind of wake up and realize what he is doing. That his whole mission was based on him being unable to save his mother, and now he has a chance to save someone else's mother. That was the whole point of that scene. It wasn't that, oh, we're best friends because your mom's name is also named Martha.
Hey, Forrest, what's Batman's mom's name?
Martha.
What's Superman's mom's name?
Ma Kent.
No, it's Martha.
It's Ma.
You guys
Is
are all
it-
dumb.
Are they both really named Martha?
Yeah, everyone's mom's name was Martha in the 1930s.
Wait, really? Both are? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
Oh,
dude.
yeah, Forrest, you didn't see the movie. I forgot about that.
Maybe I side with Dustin then. That's silly.
Brilliant. So, what's it called?
What do you think of Black Panther?
You know what? A lot of my students loved him. They're like, oh, he was the best part. He was too. Spider-Man was too
Really?
silly for him to be that entire movie for me,
Mhm.
and Black Panther's too serious for a whole movie for him to be just like that. But for them to be sprinkled in here was really cool.
Yeah.
I love their action sequences. I'm just kind of like, what are their whole movies going to be about? Like people felt the same thing about the Deadpool movie. Like, oh, what if he's going to be silly the whole movie? Will it get old? I feel like the same way with Spider-Man. It's like, what if the whole movie he's like that? The whole movie's kind of silly. I don't know.
Especially if
What
he
I feel.
fights Vulture.
Vulture. Same thing with I don't know. I'd like to see how Wakanda, like how Wakanda looks and who the bad guy is. And I hear it's gonna be Creed, Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan's gonna be a villain in that.
And it has Ryan Coogler directing it.
Yeah, and who did Creed? And I absolutely
wow.
love that. So I think it's cool. So
I didn't know they're making a Black Panther movie.
oh, Forrest.
I am in the dark.
So what'd you think?
I liked it. I liked Spider-Man. See, for me, it was like good mindless fun for a few hours. No real lasting impact on me, but I'm glad to see Spider-Man in there. I was surprised to find that he was probably one of my favorite parts of the movie. You know, he just had a lot of like stupid, silly humor here and there. I liked his classic-looking costume.
I do too,
like
yeah.
a little fat spider symbol. His like changing eyelids, you know, like
Yeah.
zoom in and out. So I can't wait for him. And it's kind of cool that he's like the youngest actor so far. Like he's actually a kid,
Yeah,
like an actual kid, Peter Parker. So I think that's cool.
I think it's cool too.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
always
want to see Green
like
Goblin.
Tobey Maguire. He's like 35 years old.
Tobey
Aunt May. I also like how they
Let's
really.
hear it for Aunt May in this.
I was
movie.
gonna say,
Good
I really
God.
like how they really leaned into that because that was controversy. It's like, oh yeah, Aunt May is really cute. Like that's weird. She's not supposed to look like that. And then Tony walks in like, dude, man, check out your aunt. Whoa. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I really like how they leaned into that and kind of.
That was a pleasant surprise.
We should all know by now that everyone in the Marvel universe is either handsome or gorgeous. Like,
Yeah.
we could never fit in.
That's why Quicksilver died. You just don't cut it with the rest of us.
Yeah. Did he die? Oh, great job, dude.
What was he in this movie?
No, but it doesn't mean he died.
Why do you keep? Come on, Dustin.
Forrest,
Dustin,
come on. Watch the
We're
freaking
not caught
movies.
up. That's for next Saturday.
Next Saturday. All right. He sucks anyways. Moving on from that. So overall, what was your overall opinion on the movie, Forrest?
I thought it was good. It was really good, but not great.
Very good. Cody, in your Marvel top 3, top 5, where does this land?
It definitely falls behind. The Winter Soldier is number 1 for me. I think the first Avengers movie is number 2.
Mm-hmm.
This could be number 3.
Number 3.
I think this movie and Guardians and probably the first Thor are all kind of bunched in there for like a contender of number 3.
Okay.
I kind of place them all around the same. I think it had two of the best action scenes that we've seen in superhero movies.
Yeah.
The opening scene with Crossbones was fantastic.
That was fun.
Oh, that was sweet.
We've already talked about the airport tarmac scene as being a fantastic one.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite action scene from the Marvel movies was from the alien invasion from Avengers.
Yeah.
The first time. And everyone talks about the whole like camera circling around the Avengers.
Yeah.
That didn't do it for me as much as there was that one, like, it seemed like a single take where you go from
Oh.
Iron Man shooting the shield, shooting off the shield, to then you go to a flight scene of, Hawkeye shooting something, and then they show Hulk busting stuff. And
Yeah.
they go from character to character to character.
That was really cool too.
Yeah, I thought that was the moment where I remember that moment seeing it in theaters for the first time. I got really like kind of emotional about it. Like, oh man, this is awesome.
That is
Because
awesome.
we'd seen the whole circling around the heroes and like the promos and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that a whole bunch of times. So that's my favorite. I love the freeway scene in Winter Soldier,
Uh-huh.
where he realizes that it's Bucky that he's fighting, and there was the whole like guy with the minigun and
That was really cool.
he had the grenade launcher and everything. That was fantastic. And I think these scenes from Civil War kind of rank right behind those.
Yeah, definitely. So, what's it called? I agree. I like probably Winter Soldier's my favorite. Avengers 1 second. This is in contentions with Guardians. I even really like the Captain America 1 a lot because I like the feel of it. World War 1, or excuse me, World War 2, the older times. I really like that.
You
And
probably like Iron Man 3, don't you?
you know,
Yeah, you do.
Oh, what am I doing? Iron Man 1 was my third favorite.
Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
I think it's funny, like, everyone loves Iron Man 1, the best. I would feel like he's the most popular character of the
movies?
Avengers. I don't like his single movies that much.
No.
I like Captain America, or excuse me, Iron Man 1, but 2 and 3, it's...
2's the only one I actually liked.
Really? You
Yeah.
didn't like the first one?
No, it was boring for me.
Oh,
my
I
gosh.
thought the first one was fantastic.
The first and third were boring. Did you hear about Marvel actually released like a Mandarin little short film because they thought that Iron Man 3 just laid a big doo-doo on the character?
Yeah.
That's
I think that's
funny.
kind of ridiculous, as if everyone's pretending that they're the world's biggest Mandarin fan. Like, nobody gave two you-know-whats about the Mandarin before this movie.
But come on, dude. Whether you know about Mandarin or not, 10 dragon rings from space are freaking awesome.
Well,
That's-
yeah,
That's what we
that's
want to
true.
see.
That's
You know,
true.
we don't care about Mandarin. We care about Chinese, like, dragon rings.
I clearly remember you asking me, Cody, who's the Mandarin, because you knew that he was going to be the villain in Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
And so I was telling you about him, like, oh,
Exactly.
he's this guy, like, who
I was really
looks
looking
like
forward.
Fu Manchu, and he got 10 dragon rings from space, from a space alien that looks like a dragon. And they all
Exactly.
give him powers, and you're like, that is fantastic. And we saw none of that.
I know. I'm like, this is going to be the greatest Marvel movie ever. No. Instead, I got, like, 420 pot smoker, dude.
Well, he
like,
does run
great.
a cult called the 10 Rings.
Doesn't work.
I know.
That's cool.
It was
All
unfortunate.
right.
Yeah, anyways.
Well, to wrap this topic up, I think it was a pretty good movie. I definitely like it more than Batman v Superman. Can you even compare the two?
I can. I mean, I've had my fill at this point of the heroes fighting the heroes. Now that we've had both main, cinematic universes deal with that, I'm ready to say, okay, let's move on from that and let's get more to, taking on the bad guys kind of thing. Can you
Sounds good.
imagine Batman versus Superman if it was 12 movies in?
That would have been sweet.
I mean, it would have
3
been
movies in would
it
be
would have
just
been
as
like
good.
so much more dramatic and powerful, and even the death of Superman, that could have been its own movies, and you could have seen the entire Justice League reacting to that.
Yeah.
There was this 2-parter in the Justice League cartoon series called Hereafter. And I watched it a few weeks ago after Batman versus Superman had already come out, and it was, I don't know if you remember it,
It's a
where
Randall Savage one.
yeah, the Toy Man apparently kills Superman, but he like sends him like 30,000 years into the future, where humanity is extinct and the Earth belongs to the cockroaches now. But only Vandal Savage is around, and so like Vandal Savage is all excited that Superman's there. He has someone to talk to, and it is like you see like the funeral for Superman, and you see like Lois break down, and like Luthor is actually comforting her, and
Wow.
Batman is like convinced that he's still alive, and so like during the funeral procession he's just kind of like lurking on the rooftops, but he's still like investigating the murder
I remember that.
and everything like that. Wonder Woman almost kills Toyman because like she's
Oh, yeah.
emotional about it.
Lobo's a good guy in that episode.
Yeah, Lobo shows up and wants to replace Superman. If any of you guys have never seen Hereafter, the Justice League cartoons are on Netflix. Look up that that 2-parter, Hereafter. It is fantastic.
Yeah, it was great.
And is everything that I wished the death of Superman part of Batman v Superman was.
Yeah. Yeah, Warner Brothers is just trying to rush things.
It was a better movie than Batman versus Superman, but I still contend that Batman v Superman was a very, very good Batman movie
Yeah.
and a very poor Superman movie.
Shots
Gives us an
fired.
okay movie.
Yeah.
All right.
So let's go on and move on to the next topic. So this kind of hits me because there are rumors that there's going to become a PlayStation 4.5. It's called like PlayStation 4K. So it's going to be an updated GPU and CPU. So for those who don't know, it's basically things might run faster and it'll have better graphics. They are telling the developers that there can't be a separation in their video game catalog, so all games need to be playing the same. But then for the 4K, there needs to be some extra features. So like a big thing is running at 1080p at 60 frames per second. So that makes it look smoother. It's not so jagged. You can tell when you're playing like a load scene and the frame rate drops down. So it's like all jagged. So they try to refrain from that. They say that they're not going to separate it. So there's not going to be any exclusive games. So only for the PlayStation 4K or anything. I don't like it because I like new things, and I feel like I bought this console and it's supposed to last me like 7 years, and now I feel like I have the inferior one. So like at E3 when they're showing like God of War, like the new games, and it's like, oh, running at PlayStation 4K. It's like, well, what the heck's mine gonna look at? So somebody might.
I'm
think
gonna
this
get
is-
PlayStation 4K, and I'll let you come over to my place every now and then. And
Yeah.
just play
Watch.
it.
Why,
You
thank
can-
you.
you can watch me play
Inferior.
it.
I was even thinking like, 'cause Cody doesn't have one. I'm like, oh, how about Cody can buy? I already come up to my head. He doesn't even know about it. But Cody, you can buy my 3-year-old system, and then I'll buy a new system.
Or I'll just borrow Forest whenever I feel like for nothing.
No. So
Well, it's inferior just like you.
yo, bro.
Yo, bros.
So the thing that I don't like about it is because the same thing happened with the 3DS. The 3DS and the new 3DS, and there's certain games that don't even run on it that sell it. So what's the Zelda game? Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah.
They re-released this game on there, and the frame rate is so bad that you can't do anything
On what?
on the old 3DS.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh,
they sell it for both games, and it's just like you're trying to play and it doesn't run.
That's funny.
So it's like, what if it's like, oh, it runs on both games, and like I get the new Call of Duty game or a new God of War game, and I'm sitting around trucking around. So yeah, that's going on. Not to mention that the PlayStation 4 is on pace to outsell the PlayStation 2, which is unbelievable. It's already sold 40 million units, which is really, really high for only being out, what is it, maybe 3 years, less than 3 years, just about that. Also, there is no reason to do that if you're winning that much. Just in comparison, the Wii U sold about 12 million. The Xbox has sold about 17. So they're basically lapping their competition, and out of nowhere, they're just saying, "Hey, I know, let's split the market and make like your number one fan base, the people who have been there since day one, upset." So, anyways, that are my thoughts about it. What do you guys think? If you even care, implications.
What were your thoughts before the show started, Cody?
Bacon.
Bacon.
What were my thoughts about this PlayStation 4K?
Yes.
I mean, I have no skin in the game because I don't own a PlayStation 4.
So for you, that might even be better because if you don't even care about like the greatest of the greatest graphics, they're probably going to drop the regular PlayStation 4 price like $250 or something.
I mean, they're like announcing games, like, you know, they announced the Return to Arkham
Bundle?
game, right? Which,
Yes.
you know, if I had a PlayStation 4, I would pick that up, and because I
It's only the
really
two
enjoy
games:
those games.
Arkham Asylum, Arkham City.
Well, yeah, because
Okay.
Arkham Knight is already on that system, so
Yeah,
what's the point? They're not going to re-release Arkham Origins.
they should.
Well, it's not that same studio, right?
It's all no. It's Warner
It's a
Brothers.
different
It's a
developer.
different studio made it, but it's still owned by. It's a different owned by the same publisher. It's Warner Brothers.
Right.
So they just like outsourced another studio.
But I still want to go back and I want to play like some of the other previous releases for PlayStation 4. And you know, again, improved graphics from the PlayStation 4. I mean, at what point are we going to really kind of look at it and say like, well, I can't really tell the difference? Like,
Yeah.
at what point are we just going to be like, we're so close to that ceiling that it's already like sharper than reality, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's already like more clear and you can see more in like the games than you can like looking out your window.
I guess it just really depends because PCs are always going to be more stronger than the consoles. They're always going to come up with stronger processors, stronger GPUs, because you can get a $1,000 computer, a $2,000 computer just for gaming. And here we're buying, $400 systems that are 3 years old. No one's going around with a 3-year-old iPhone saying, "Look how great this is." You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's an argument that they're always getting better, anyways. But it's just like I feel like when I went in with this purchase, I expected for it to last like 3, 4, 5, like 7 years, 8, 9, 10 years, not 3 years.
Yeah,
So,
I bought.
Does that mean they're just going to like stop producing like games for the PlayStation 4?
No, they're gonna run on both, but they're just gonna have like extra features. So it'll either run better, run smoother, have a higher frame rate.
So do you feel like you would have to get the PlayStation 4 XP?
I don't know because it depends. They haven't really announced anything. I don't think Sony would want to separate it like that. So like one game runs really bad. But also for the developers, it's not easy. It's not like click save as higher. You have to repatch it. You have to redo everything with the graphics and everything, redo the frame rate. So games are already so expensive. You have all these companies go out of business. So it's like, hey, let's make it harder on the developer now too.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see what they actually say at E3 this year. What is that, like a June 10th? Something
June 13th, right
June
after school
13th?
gets out.
Yeah.
It's that Monday we get out of school.
It was like the 12th is when the conferences start, and then the 13th is Sony's conference, right?
I think so. All
and
I
then
know,
Nintendo is doing like something on the 14th.
I don't think Nintendo does anything.
Nintendo's not doing like anything.
Or they said they're doing like a treehouse.
So
I don't even know what
Treehouse-
that is.
so
All
Treehouse
day
is-
treehouse on the 14th.
The Treehouse is basically when they do a live stream. They play video games for people to watch. That's like their branded name
Watch
for
us play video games.
it. Pretty much.
Do they have games on the floor at E3?
They do.
Okay.
And next
So
year, since
they at least have a presence, they just don't do a
yes,
presentation.
but here's the thing. This is what Nintendo announced. So they have a new system coming out. It's going to come out in March. It's called the Nintendo NX. They haven't
March?
announced it. March.
Oh wow.
Yes. So everyone thought it was going to be this fall, and they were going to announce it and show it at E3. And they're like, oh no, we're going to announce it later and do it later. And the only game they are showing is Zelda. That's the only game that is going to be playable on the floor. Is
Wait,
Zelda.
really?
That's the only one. Yes.
Wait, they're showing. I thought they're not showing Zelda.
That's the only game they are showing.
Wait, so they're gonna be showing new gameplay footage and.
Yes, and in fact, they're gonna have it on that treehouse thing.
Oh, dude.
The whole day is just Zelda.
Oh, I'm fine. That's all I really cared.
But why would you like seriously though? If that's your game, watch us beat a temple.
Sweet. Oh, dude, that's awesome.
All right, well, Forrest is excited about this news.
No, I swear, I thought I heard on IGN that Nintendo is going, but they're not going to be showing Zelda.
That's the only thing that they are showing.
Okay,
is
well
Zelda.
then that's the only thing I care for.
I'm kind of in the same boat as Forrest too. Like, if you
Oh,
ask me
man.
like what kind of Nintendo games are there that people like enjoy, I could name Mario Kart and Zelda and not much else.
Smash Brothers.
Smash Brothers, but it's like I don't know.
Dude, there's gonna be a new Mario Kart soon.
Is there?
Well, NX is coming out soon.
Honestly,
so
I just
will
hope
be.
they port like half the games. I hope all my games are backwards compatible.
Yeah.
Because like Nintendo has 12 to 15 really good to great games on the Wii U. It's just no one bought the Wii U because it's so stupid. It's like, here's an underpowered console with a tablet. Like when they released the Nintendo Wii U, it's like, great, this is just as unpowerful as a an Xbox 360. It's like a PS3.
No.
And everyone else is like, look at our brand new graphics.
Wait, the Wii U is as powerful as a PS3?
Or Xbox 360, yeah.
I thought it was as powerful as like a GameCube.
No. It has HD graphics. Come on, Forrest.
Well, you have to like sometimes you have to prime it first and then like pull the choker and you know
It's
get
like
it
a
started.
lawnmower.
Blow on the disc.
So anyways.
Sometimes you have to clean out the air filter sometimes too. You know,
Bring it to the mechanic every once a month.
So Forrest, what about your
it really
thoughts?
just adds to the air pollution too. It's a shame.
I know.
It's like this big. German supercomputer.
I was
Because
thinking
it's
about it when-
it's steam powered.
When I go to
You
Europe,
gotta put in coal like at the top.
When I go to Europe, I was thinking about taking that console with me
Yeah.
because you only need the tablet to play.
Wait. You were thinking of taking my console with you as if I had no say in the matter?
The Wii U.
Yeah.
What do you mean your console?
Oh, you have your own. That's right.
Yes.
I'm just being self-centered. Sorry.
Oh, you have things too. I forgot.
I just remember
Forrest,
that everything
I
you have
had
is
that
inferior. so-
Days. I had that way before you did.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, prove it. I have the Zelda edition.
My Wii U is like the new advanced version. Yours is
No,
inferior. Just like the PS3 or 4 you're going to have.
Whatever. So, anyways, yeah, I was gonna bring it on the plane and just play off the tablet.
Okay, that's cool.
So, what
Wait,
are your?
you can play it on the plane?
Okay, yeah, they have outlets and stuff on planes
Oh,
now.
that's sweet. Okay.
So, anyways, what are your thoughts on PlayStation 4K, if any?
Well, I guess I had a similar experience when I had to rebuy a 3DS to play Xenoblade Chronicles and, you know, those other games that came out recently on the 3DS.
Yeah.
But I feel like that was a little different. I mean, do you have any games that you want to buy that are not going to look good on the PS4 or that can't play on your PS4?
Not at the moment, no.
So, I mean, if I were you, I wouldn't care. I think you should suck it up and be a man. But I went through the same
Aren't
thing.
these?
How come everyone in my household tells me to suck it up and be a man over like everything?
Welcome to the real world, Dustin.
What's what our dad said
I mean,
to me.
eventually you gotta have to start looking in the mirror and be like, it's not everyone else, it's you.
Exactly.
What's the common denominator in this situation? No joke. I was talking to Dad about something, and he's just like, "Oh, you should better man up and make grown-up decisions, Dustin." I'm like,
You should complain to him about this and see what he says. If you're complaining about your career, what will he say to this?
I don't know, guys. Do you know? Just FYI, Old Man Jenkins.
4K.
Old Man Jenkins wants to be on our podcast. So if we get, I don't know, a
Yes.
1,000 views on an episode, we will have Old Man Jenkins come on here.
You will not regret it.
I know.
If you want to see our dad on the podcast, just tweet us #OldManJenkins.
Yes, that'll be the
Follow us at
greatest.
Yo Bros Podcast.
Even I'm looking forward to it.
Oh man, that'd be awesome.
Okay, so my thoughts
Yes.
are, I don't really care. If I were you, if I had to buy the new system in order to play a new PS4 game, then I'd be pretty pissed.
I'd be pretty upset.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I wasn't even pissed about the 3DS. I was stoked to get a bigger screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did I say pissed?
Stop. Yes.
So you would be pissed.
I would be pissed.
Okay.
Or upset. Or both. But
They say pissed on TNT. Relax.
yeah, it's true.
I'm done. I'm taking
Dude, they
the
say
earphones
pissed
out.
on Cartoon Network.
Stop.
They do. They do. All of our UK listeners are very confused. They're like, what? They all get drunk?
Are UK?
Do we have any UK listeners?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're
huge.
worldwide.
Oi!
I got some Chileans hit me up the other day. Like,
Really?
We love your podcast. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're huge in Beirut right now.
We're gonna get Switzerland on board too.
We got our
This summer, I'm taking some time off to promote our podcast in Switzerland.
our mission trip to promote our podcast.
No, I just go on vacation there.
Our
Oh,
logo
cool.
should be the Yo Bros podcast. You know, the 3 controller buttons with a globe in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're worldwide.
Yeah,
now.
worldwide. Yeah,
Let's go on our worldwide tour soon.
sounds good. Forrest, aren't you going on a road trip?
Probably not.
Dude,
Hey,
I
when's
could-
our Comic Con
Chase is
signing?
probably gonna listen to this.
When's our Comic Con signing? We're just gonna rock around with our Yo Bro Podcast T-shirts.
We'll walk around the lobby with a pen and just ask if we can sign people's stuff.
Yo, hey, give me that shirt. Give me your badge, bro. Get over here. Speaking of Comic Con, before we get too off task,
No, I'm not going.
why not? we got Friday. What if it's part of your job now? Because you're part of Yo Bro
My
Podcast.
job.
Yeah, you have
Job.
to do promotion.
Yeah.
You're a marketing arm, dude.
I'll be at
You're
school.
vice president of
You're
marketing.
at school, dude. It's gonna be nighttime.
End of July.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have school at the end of July. I'm taking summer school. I'll promote it at summer school.
Oh, I'm sorry, Forrest. Yeah, I'm sure that.
Do you have school on Saturday and Sunday? No.
I like this.
Well, I
Hey,
got homework.
Hey, Forrest. What class are you taking over summer?
What is it called? Calculus with analytic geometry.
Calculus. Oh, okay. Hey, Cody, can't you teach calculus?
I know a little bit about it. What about you?
Yeah,
Oh, that's promising.
I can teach calculus.
Okay.
you can.
Alright.
You can teach it.
Yeah,
but
we'll be in H-Hall. I'll be showing you some. derivatives
ultimately,
and
the
stuff.
only teaching is teaching yourself. I have to internalize the info. I'm not just gonna have you do my homework.
Sounds
There is
good.
no teaching without learning.
There you go.
This is true.
And thank you guys for your thoughts on the PlayStation 4K.
Yes, that is true.
All right.
Really, really, really quick. And I know we only have 10 minutes left. Did you? Are you playing Uncharted 4?
I
a
want
yes or
that
no
for my
question.
birthday. So
okay.
maybe if you guys, go to Best Buy, put in my phone number, you get your 20% off, and then you can get it for $48 plus tax. Between the two of you, it's only a $25 gift.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Are we done?
No, we still got one more topic.
Okay, I was about to say. Who's next, Cody?
What do you
I'm
mean, who's next? There's only one person.
There's only
Next.
3 of us.
What was your
Anyone
topic?
else?
Forrest?
Anyone else?
So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. No, just joking.
We right before we started recording this podcast, we watched a sneak peek for the new DC animated feature movie, which is Batman: The Killing Joke, based on the story by Alan Moore and Brian Boland, which basically tells the origin of the Joker in flashbacks. And throughout that book, you've both read it, right?
I've read it.
No.
You know the
course.
gist of it, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he does some, we won't spoil it, but he does some pretty awful things to people that are related to Batman in that book.
Yeah.
And it ends in a kind of a surprising manner. And so we were watching, clips of the upcoming film. The creators, including Bruce Timm, were talking about, making it and how it's definitely a dark take on the Joker. You have the classic voice actors of Mark Hamill as the Joker and Kevin Conroy as Batman. These were the voices from Batman in the Animated Series and Justice League cartoons, who
Arkham.
and the Arkham games. They're really the quintessential voices of those characters coming back for this film. They don't often play Batman and the Joker anymore. Bruce Timm doesn't really stay involved with the
So who's
animated
Bruce Timm
features
for
very
people
much.
who don't know?
So Bruce Timm was one of the original creators of Batman the Animated Series. He was an animator for Warner Brothers. He worked on cartoons like G.I. Joe and He-Man, Masters of the Universe back in the day. And then he, along with people, Eric Radomski and a few others, and I apologize for forgetting their names, but
It's
they
okay.
created the
We don't know. Yeah.
Batman the Animated Series,
Just make up names.
which is the everyone just credits Bruce Timm as if he was the only one, and that's not
Just
fair.
like Bob Kane.
Yeah, exactly.
So who?
And Stanley.
Bob Kane made Batman, and he was the only person who did.
And he was the only.
Except for Bill Finger, who did most of the work.
Bill Finger's not even a real name. I am Bill Finger.
So,
Yeah, James Bond villain.
Bruce Timm, like the Eazy-E of the animated series group.
Well, I mean, he never said, "Yes, I am the sole creator of this entire television show," and nobody else did anything on it.
He told me.
But he did a lot of the character designs and things like that. But other people they were the ones who decided to put all of the cityscapes on black paper. They designed all of the scenery for the show.
Mm-hmm.
He, along with others, kind of created the mood of the show and the template of the show. And so anyway, he was involved in Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, Justice League, Justice Unlimited,
Static Shock.
Shock,
Yeah.
Batman Beyond. And so all of those.
Did he create Batman Beyond?
Yes.
Did he create Harley Quinn?
Paul Dini is the creator of Harley Quinn, and he was one of the head writers on Batman the Animated
So it
Series.
started from the animated. Were any other characters created or made,
For the animated series?
or any of those cartoons?
I
Red
think
Claw.
Roxy Red, Livewire.
Uh huh.
I think Roxy Rocket,
Red Claw.
Red Claw, maybe, I think.
The cool version of Weather Wizard, who uses satellites to change the weather.
Yeah, there was the Sewer King, who had
don't
those
know
pet
that.
crocodiles.
Yep.
Cool.
There were a few. Anyway, so he is now serving as a producer on the show and helping to create the Killing Joke animated movie.
Okay.
So people are really excited that he's involved with it. They're really excited that Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill are back as the voices. We just saw the teaser for it, the sneak preview for it. It's going to be premiering at Comic-Con, which I'm excited to go check that out.
You want to go for us?
On Friday night.
No, I'm gonna be in school Saturday night.
Friday night.
Friday night.
Friday
yeah.
night.
Yeah, I will.
What do you guys think?
I thought it looked cool. So really quick with these cartoons, I love the animated series. It's what I used to watch as a kid, and I went away for a few years, and then Cody started buying the DVDs and got me back into it. And then Justice League Unlimited was going on, and we would be watching it when we were I was in college. You might have just graduated college or something. I forgot exactly when that was going on. You were in grad school, maybe. I forget.
Yeah, it was mid 2000s.
So it was just really, really cool. And then for me, that was always the highlight of Comic-Con, of our 15 years going to Comic-Con. It was in that age. And we would actually meet Grant Morrison, a famous DC writer. We met Bruce Timm. Cody has a picture with Bruce Timm.
Do you guys know where that picture is?
I have it on my laptop, yeah.
You have it on your laptop?
Yeah, I can show it to you right after this.
Could you send it to me?
No.
Please?
Yeah, as soon as I get my birthday present.
I don't have the actual picture, the paper.
I have the digital.
Okay. I want that.
I bet you do. There's certain things I want to, so.
I asked you what you want for your birthday and you didn't reply. And now you're acting like, give me anything. And your
Well.
birthday is tomorrow.
Yeah, Dustin.
Don't lie. Don't lie. I won't even see you tomorrow.
Well, he's also got a sketch from Bruce Timm, so that's probably cooler.
Oh, yeah, you do have. What'd you get a sketch from?
I have an unmasked hot girl from him, and I also have a Two-Face from him.
Should have gotten Clock King.
Clock King was invented for the TV show, I think.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wait, no, there were versions before him, but his iteration was created by Bruce Timm. I actually know that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No one knows who Clock King is.
Just
so
like there
I
was
know
a-
he showed up in the comics afterwards, but I didn't think that he was actually there before.
I'm pretty sure there was
Nice.
Clock King 1, 2, 3, and 4, just like there were Harley Quinn 1, 2, 3, and 4 until that iteration of Harley Quinn was created.
That is incorrect.
No, I
everything
swear-
you're saying is wrong.
No, it's not. I swear. Look it up. You need to do your fact checking,
I
man.
can pull up interviews with Paul Dini that I've listened to.
Right, well,
where
he
he
didn't-
talks about creating the character, and he doesn't
Yeah, he
say there
created
was
that
1, 2, 3,
iteration
4.
of that character. That version of
That's not
a
even
Harley
true.
Quinn.
That's not even
Yes,
true.
it is.
There were
Harley Quinns.
Hollywood
No. They were
actresses who would dress up like little
they were
clown girls.
Although it's not the same character, there were characters in the DC universe before called Harley Quinn.
Even though they dressed differently and their names
Yeah.
were spelled and pronounced differently.
They probably were pronounced. Well, they were probably spelled differently, but there were Harley Quinns before that were that dressed like a Harley Quinn.
So, That's cool, guys.
Come at me.
You're ruining the credibility of our podcast.
I know. Forrest, people are thinking we're freaking
No, I
idiots
just
now.
know
We're
all
just
the.
editing this whole thing out.
No, I know the little cracks that no one knows about.
The little
little
cracks that no one
secrets.
knows about.
Show me what you've seen.
No, I will. I
Okay.
swear. I can back it up.
And that's all the time we have. Thanks for that time. No, so, yeah, no, I'm actually really excited because of the simple fact of it's being those guys. So I remember Superman Unchained was the last one-ish.
No. The last one before Superman was the last one that Bruce Timm worked on. I think the last one that Bruce Timm worked on was Justice League Gods and Monsters, which came out last year.
Okay.
And that was just like one special side project that he was involved in. And by the way, if you haven't seen it, that one was fantastic also.
I have not seen that.
And
so.
I think the only ones before that he did was The Dark Knight Returns. I think that he did that, and maybe Batman Year One.
So there's been a handful of these animated movies that's come out, and they're really hit and miss. But for the longest time, they're really good, and they'd come out every 3 months. There's a Wonder Woman, a Batman, a Green Lantern, so on and so forth, and they're all really, really good, and they're really true to the comics, and they were awesome. And then all of a sudden, it just took a really steep dive, and I haven't really watched them for 3 years, and this is the only one that I feel that's really intrigued me.
I mean, it was really when Bruce Timm left that they kind of, unfortunately took a dip in quality.
Yeah.
And, I think the biggest problem with them nowadays is they're just mostly boring.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny, too, because it's like, we're all in our 20s, at least I am for another 4 days, and then we'll all mostly be in our 30s. But, I even talked to, like, some of my students say, like, oh, yeah, have you seen this cartoon? I'm like, no. Like, oh, it's bad. It's bad. So
How did they get bad? I mean, what came out recently that was not good?
I heard, like, one I was really excited for was Batman and Son, and I heard that was horrible.
It was bad.
Really?
Batman and Son was bad. Batman Bad Blood wasn't very good. The Justice League War one, like when they started trying to make those movies have like a continuity together,
Yeah.
they weren't very good. They do it now where they'll do one in continuity movie and one out of continuity movie, and they'll alternate between the two. And the in continuity movies are trying to like mimic the New 52, so they'll have those costumes and that kind of thing.
Sweet.
And no, they're not very good.
I like those costumes.
I don't like them.
You like underpanties.
I do. So does every other American.
Forrest, you tell me you're not wearing underwear?
Not on the outside of my shorts.
On the outside. Oh, man. So you think Superman like puts them on, then his trunks, and
Yeah.
then another pair on outside?
Maybe that's how they do it on Krypton.
They're not just
but
all like pants that have like that kind of coloring.
No,
No.
he puts his underpanties on last.
Krypton is quite different.
Underpanties.
Ma and Pa taught him.
underpanties.
Things are happening differently in Kansas. What can we say?
Yeah. Let's ask our Kansas viewers about that.
It wasn't even the whole underpants thing that like everyone just points to that because it's easy, right? Oh yeah, underpants on the outside, that's lame. But just like the stupid like SS collar.
Well,
that
first
he would
off,
have,
I like that.
and the gloves.
When
I
you
like
go to
that.
work, you got to wear a collar, okay? You got to wear a collar to work. He's going
Yeah.
to work, man.
He's
Not
got
one
some
that
style.
looks like a freaking Nazi uniform. I can understand why you guys don't like it.
I like.
I think I've said
this
this before. I don't like it when Superman flies into the middle of the sun and somehow his cloth returns with him. I mean, there's no way, Like
It's
I don't like
made
that.
out of the same type of like Kryptonian fabric that they use for like
Nah.
exploration. There's explanations for it in the comics
Nah.
that you haven't read.
Nah, I don't.
John Byrne, Man of Steel, 1986. Read it.
Well, either way, I don't like the clothy looking material. I prefer like the body armor lines and whatnot. I just think
Someone
that looks
explain
cooler
to me why he needs body armor if he's Superman.
for aesthetics.
And Lex Luthor, he has Krypton,
I mean, he doesn't need clothes in general, but
Kryptonite.
I mean, I understand that. Okay, it's like body armor on Krypton where they don't necessarily have those powers.
Yeah.
no, forget all the little story things behind it. I just think it looks cool. I think it looks cool. That's it.
So, Forrest, what are your thoughts on this movie? Are you going to watch it? Cody's going to buy it, most likely. You going to
Am
watch
I
it?
going to watch it?
Yes.
Probably not.
Why
But I
not?
think it looks cool. I don't watch these types of movies. I don't know. If they made like an animated series again, like the new Batman animated series or like a new Justice League animated series, you name it, I would watch that. That would
Yeah.
be sweet. But I don't like what do they call it? Like one hitter movies, one title movies
So you
that
think
are not in
You
canon.
think Rogue One looks stupid? That's a one-hitter.
Well, that's
movie.
part of the whole canon of the Star Wars universe. This is
part of the
kinda-
canon of the Batman universe. We already read the comic.
Yeah, but it's based off a comic. Like I don't really like I guess I don't like animated adaptations of DC comics at least. Like I'll watch it, when it
You
comes.
said you really liked that the Dark Knight one, the two-parter.
Yeah, it's all Attack Force. Oh yeah, it was
The
actually really
two-parter?
sweet. The
Remember,
two-parter-
I was over at your house like a couple years ago, and we watched Mask of the Phantasm, and then we watched the two-part.
Oh, that was sweet. Yeah, no,
it was great.
that was really good. Yeah.
I mean, that's what we're hoping that type of quality of this one would be about.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think you would be missing out if you didn't see it.
We're gonna just come over and make you watch it.
I mean, maybe I'll just by default end up watching it if you guys come over.
Sounds
He was
good.
talking about Guardians of the Galaxy a week ago. Like, that's stupid. Is it,
Oh, did you
is it
like
true
it?
it ends with a dance-off?
Yeah,
it
it
did.
seriously did.
But you enjoyed it.
I didn't enjoy the dance off. I enjoyed just like the part about that movie that I enjoyed was the part that's not really Guardians of the Galaxy. It was like the silly funness. Not,
That's exactly Guardians of the Galaxy.
but not even like the spaceships and exploding stars. Like I
It's the
more so just the
soundtrack.
humor, like them bickering amongst one another rather than like the whoa, they're inside of like a terrestrial being's skull. And
But that's why everyone likes that movie. Is for the humor and the camaraderie.
I reckon
and
that-
the
I
power
reckon
and
that-
friendship triumphing
I
over
know,
evil.
but I don't like that with comic book movies where they defeat like the leader of some genocidal empire by a dance off. Like that's just
awesome.
that's not fitting in my opinion.
Very cool.
Do you want to go see it at Comic-Con?
I don't think I have a choice. Are we gonna see it at Comic Con?
We're gonna see it at Comic-Con
Yeah,
if we can
sorry.
get in.
I think we can get in.
I think we can get in too. We'll just have to commit
Yeah.
heavily.
Do you think
Yeah.
I could get in?
No,
Or shout out to Noah. We'll make you wait. I'm just joking. I love you, Noah.
it'll be like the first time I'm in Ballroom 20 at Comic-Con since
I've
Forrest and I saw the Superman Doomsday movie.
I've never.
The year his leg was broken.
Oh yeah.
I remember Dad yelled at me because they think I abandoned you there.
That's right.
They didn't realize that I was there with him.
Oh, you left Forrest there and he wanted to come home and you just ditched him. I'm like,
I had a broken leg, yeah.
oh
I was just
man.
wandering downtown.
That was a memory of Comic-Con though that like is very, very clear as day to me though, because of just all of the over-the-top reactions from everybody and how pumped up the entire crowd was.
I actually hated that.
Why? I mean, it's
Because
just,
you couldn't
even
see
if you're not
one
like gonna
punch.
be ridiculously like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. Even if you're not one of those, you can at least appreciate the enthusiasm and energy and positive vibes from the room.
I maybe I appreciate their vibes, sure, but when I'm watching a movie, I'd rather it just not be going on.
Cody, don't you appreciate the vibes during a horror movie when you're sitting around a bunch of high schoolers? Oh my gosh!
No.
Come on, dude, appreciate the vibes.
I feel like this was different because it was a Comic-Con event.
I get what you're saying,
I
but
know, I'm just saying
you
that
just
thing.
couldn't see one punch without there being oh. it's like it's not like we haven't seen Superman get knocked through a building before,
That's
Even though
awesome.
it was like, okay, yeah, it might have been a little bit annoying and over the top at the time, I can look back at it like, 8-10 years later, wherever it was, and
Yeah.
just kind of say like, yeah, that was nice.
Oh, okay. I think I have a better excuse for why I don't like to watch these animated movies. Like I love the Dark Knight one. That one was sweet, and I knew
Wait, really quick. What time do you gotta leave?
soon.
Okay.
And I knew little to nothing about it before, right? Like I knew nothing about it other than that there was a female Robin. But like with Doomsday, I didn't like that movie, and I already knew what was going to happen. Like I knew he was going to die. He was going to have a black suit, and he was going to, he fought Doomsday. I didn't know about him fighting a clone Superman, but that I knew, and it just wasn't. I didn't really find it that exciting. Maybe that's why I don't like to watch the films. Like I feel like I felt that with other films as well. But like the Dark Knight one, I thought really got it like good.
I mean, I think even if you know what's going to happen in the films, if
Mhm.
it's good, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, spoilers for every single superhero movie ever. The good guys win at the end.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they're usually going to settle their differences by punching each other in the face.
Right. I guess that's what gets tedious for me. It's just it when I watch these movies, it ends up being nothing but the punching, and that gets kind of boring for me.
Yeah,
awesome.
that's fair.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Anyways.
All right. Well, thank you for watching this week's episode of Yo Bros Podcast. Please head on over to our website and go to yobrospodcast.com. Check us out there. Please, if you are watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to us. Like us on YouTube. It really helps us out and all that good stuff. We are going to be on iTunes soon and Google Play, so check us out there as well. Same idea. Please, please, please subscribe to us on iTunes. Give us those 5 stars if you like us. If not, run away. Hit that X in your browser. And thank you. Have a great day, guys.
Wait.
Yo, bros.
Yo, bros.